Greetings and welcome to our series of weekly devotionals. We're taking a look at one of our lectionary readings for this upcoming Sunday, the first 12 verses of Psalm 51, dealing with the nature and consequences of sin and our response to sin. A couple of weeks ago, I mentioned a story in a sermon that I preached about a woman who had grown up in the Mormon church and how she always felt like a miserable failure because her church was always sort of presenting her with the challenge of this standard of behavior that she could never live up to, and it made her miserable because she felt that she was always such a sinner. And eventually, in the story, she left the Mormon church, and she chose the Lutheran church because, according to her story, the Lutheran church focuses so strongly on the notion of God's grace. And that is most definitely what she needed. Indeed, Martin Luther, the great Protestant reformer, was known to have written in his journals the reality that I am a wretched sinner, he would say, and anything I try to do, I fail miserably. But I am given the gift of the grace of God, who forgives me and loves me, even though I cannot rid myself of this sin. You know, I think in some circles there are arguments and debates about the value of doing good works. Some Christian denominations feel, that doing good works is a necessary part of the Christian faith. Others sort of believe, no, it's just about belief and having faith in God. And I always sort of felt that was a stupid argument to have, because I think it's sort of a circular argument. I think if you have faith in God, you're going to be led to do good works. If you do good works, that's going to help you grow in faith. So it's sort of a circular thing that works together. But the one thing I think, no matter what Christian denomination or what you believe about doing good works, I think that we can all agree that none of those things save us. And indeed, we don't save ourselves. The psalmist writes in verses 9 and 10, "Hide your face from my sins and blot out all my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and put a new and right spirit within me." If indeed sin is unavoidable, and that each heart is filled with sin, then it makes sense that the only one that can save us from our sin, the only one that can create a clean heart in us, is the one who has created us, and that is God. The psalmist is very clear. We do not save ourselves. God saves us. Now, does that mean that we all have to consider ourselves a wretched sinner, as Luther did, who fails miserably at everything that we do? I'm not sure that we need to go necessarily that far. But in our culture, our society of extreme individualism, where we're always encouraged to succeed and be better than the other, I think it is good to recognize and realize our need, that we, in fact, do not save ourselves, but that we need one another, and that we need the God who is the only one who can save us. Amen.